went down heavily, didn't they, at Leichhardt Oval. It's been spoken about a lot since then. 32 points to 6. They went down to the Tigers after starting with the upper hand in that game. But they are thin for forwards. Dale Finucane, Braden Hamlin-Ueli, Royce Hunt, Britton Nakora, Toby Rudolph all out of action. So Tom Hazelton gets a start in the front row. Sia Sipatalakai moved from the centres into the back row to fill the gaping holes they have at the moment.
Well, there's no doubt about where the Canberra Raiders are going to come, straight through the middle. They were very disappointing last week. The Sharkies hammered by the Tigers. Need to be aggressive. A number of players out, but you can't dwell on that. It's a next man up mentality. They'll have to start really well here.
Dale Ero into the centres for Talakai today, playing just his second game in the NRL, the Cook Islands International. So it's Sunday night footy. The boys are fired up. As you can see, Nico Hines trying to bounce back after a disappointing effort with the ball in his kicking game against the Tigers a week ago. Brayley gets us underway. The Raiders from the southern end here at PointsBet Stadium, and it's Josh Papali'i who will bring it out and play it eventually almost at his own 10. Danny Levi at dummy half has been in good form in the 9 jersey for Ricky Stewart and the Raiders to begin this new season as Tapani brings it midfield. Levi is there again. Ethan Strange, the teenage 5'8", working on his left side of the field. Danny Levi here thinking there might have been some work in the back of the neck and hand of Hudson Young. No whistle as Morgan Smithies. The Englishman will play it just outside the 20. With a good carry here, Canberra, and they get one from a likely suspect. Joseph Tarpon dragging defenders with him just short of the 40 as Levi spins it out to Jamal Fogarty. Better kicking games in general play in the NRL, certainly has plenty of depth usually on his kicks, and Will Kennedy coming back at speed here on the kick return for Cronulla. Here's Ero.
And it always helps when you kick the ball down his throat to open up the kicking from Fogarty. No real pressure on him. Looking forward to seeing Kennedy get himself involved. We see a number of fullbacks now. They have plenty of carries around the middle of the ruck. Got great footwork.
Back to the middle after a little shift to the right-hand side, a play the Sharks like to use from inside their own half. A problem here already for Oregon Kafusi, who's slumped it back to the ground and is in trouble after that first carry of the ball for the game. Trindle puts it in the air. We'll go down to that right wing where leaping forward, a mistake made there by Schiller, a reach for the ball. Wilton was thereabouts. It's going to be a penalty against the Sharks for taking out a player who was coming back to the flight of the ball, but they are concerned in the Sharks coach's box because back behind the play, Oregon Kafusi only just now on his feet.
Yeah, well, they're down a number of players, as we mentioned already. He's trying to get back in the line, just trying to get rid of the trainer there. I suppose they'll see how he goes for the next 5 minutes or the next few sets. Trying to work himself back into the middle third of the field now.
Well, it's concerning, if not alarming, for the Sharks fans to see that he just fell to the ground after that initial carry in their opening set. The Raiders here through Hoskin. The starting side, Elliot Whitehead, comes with that calf injury he had in the pre-season. That must be an ongoing concern for the Englishman and regular captain for the Raiders. Here's Rapida in game 200 as a Canberra Raider. 205 games overall, began his career on the Gold Coast. Harpany to the 40. It's an offload there. He's a specialist. Papali'i, little step as he came towards Hazelton and also Teague Wilton. They're 35 metres out. On the last, come back here for Fogarty. The kick towards Kennedy. Schiller going to put some pressure here on the fullback who had a swing and a miss. Now there's a whistle and a knock-on call against Cronulla.
I think they're saying that Kennedy had the first grab of the ball here.
Ready on the scrum.
Is he impeded on the way through? I think he is.
What do you want to Joe? Okay, shot clock on, scrum in the middle.
Schiller it is that comes through. He was going for the ball. I think he got in the way there.
Shot clock, Joe, get him in, mate. On the shot clock, Cam. Let's work him in.
Go at the football, but...
So a quick call by Tom Smith, the referee. We'll go downstairs to Jake Gibb.
Half canal. Up here, Braden. Okay, heads down on the line. Clock off, ball in. Break!
As both teams 2 wins, 1 loss coming into tonight's game as Smithies punches it towards the uprights. McGuinness around the legs. Kafusi is there over the top. Levi, Papali'i now spinning. 6 more tackles here for Canberra. Sharks jumping the gun on their own line. Some depth on this left-hand side for Fogarty, or juggle for Young. He put it down. He looked up and saw the imposing figure, big Tom Hazelton. He never had it cleanly in his hands and gives a chance for the Sharks to work it away from their own end.
Well, they had all the opportunity there to open up the scoring. Got a repeat set. As you said, Young just looked up at Hazelton. Saw an imposing figure in front of him and loses the lollies. They hang on, the Sharks.
Riley from dummy half. Hero here coming with that left edge, 24 years of age. Son of Kevin Hero, of course, nephew of Tony. 2 greats of the game. Raymond now. Towards the tackle there. Said Chris, put Talakai under pressure. Straight back to the X-Man, Xavier Savage. And the Raiders on the attack just outside the 30.
That was a great tackle by Ethan Strange. Just got up under the ball on Talakai. Loses the football. What a great front-on tackle from the young fella. Another opportunity now. 6 again.
Levi jumps out from dummy half to put Hazelton under pressure. There's nobody behind him. Now Strange skips towards the line, runs towards Nico Hines, whose defence has been a real feature of his play so far in this new season. So Chris has a dip from dummy half. There's nothing doing there. Ends up on his elbows and knees, however. Quickish play of the ball. Tarpany showing it. Floating across the face of defenders. Fogarty has it go through his legs. The referee disagrees and says there was a little knock on.
I think Tarpany got caught in 2 minds there. The double pump. It was a horrible pass. Just changed his mind. In the attacking zone too, they've come up with some errors. Here's the tackle up underneath from Strange. Good tackle on a much bigger man. Here's the indecision. Poor pass. Should have taken that one, but Canberra for a sloppy start after having some good field position early.
Opportunities they've had inside the 20 for no result as yet. It was Ioni Katoa. Bustling run back against the grain off the scrum win. And played here 25 short of the halfway line. Close to getting a penalty there for Raiders trying to slow things down and to play the ball. Now McGuinness loses it. Levi is up and about. McGuinness says, yep, my mistake, no trouble, boys. We'll defend that as we've done. And, well, another error here. This harks back to what happened after they scored the first try against the Tigers. This made errors and eventually paid a price.
Yeah, well, they're going to pay a price sooner or later if they keep handing the ball over to the Raiders like this. The Raiders haven't been great to start the game, but a third of the field. We'll see what they can come away with. Attack straight away here, I'd imagine.
In, boys. Shot clock off. Okay, Will, head down, mate. Ball, Jamal.
Fogarty with the scrum feed, and off the back of the win, it's Levi goes wide there to Tim McCall, who will take it down just outside the Sharks' 20. Schiller from dummy half. Fogarty turned underneath. Played there through Smithies as Levi comes back to Papali'i. Fogarty is there. Somewhere strange. Chris. There's space in between Brayley and also Kafusi, but they combined well. Back end of the set. Papali'i comes to Smithies. Poor pass out in front of him. And the Raiders can't get through a set in great position.
He was just off the pace a little bit there. The idea was right. With Smithies who loses the ball. This wasn't great. But he knew exactly what Papali'i was doing, going right, digging right into the line. He might have missed the jump a little bit. Another error now to the Raiders. It's their third.
The game riddled literally with errors. 3 each in the opening 10 minutes of the contest. If they settle down here and play a little football, you can't blame the conditions. It is absolutely perfect here tonight. It's a wonderful early evening. The crowd in attendance. Sydney's boutique stadiums. Wilton will play it here just outside the 20. McGuinness comes to Kafusi. Shaking off that knock he had his first touch of the ball in the opening minutes of the game. Looks to be okay now. Here's McGuinness. Taken there by Tarpany around the shoulders and no more. Could play the balls. And the Sharks have a roll on here. Hazelton stopped there by Tarpany and Papali'i. As Hines did a couple out on the field in the first half against the Tigers at Leichhardt last weekend in round 3. Goes down here to Rapana and they've got him pinned inside the Canberra 10. That was a very impressive set.
Yeah, it was. They just tried to take the Canberra Raiders right through in their strength, right through the middle. Made some good yardage there. All started off by McGuinness. Quick play the ball and the way they went in that set.
Here is Smithies. Blood flowing from the neck to the mouth. The other end of the field. Quickly enough here though as they go past Rapana. Strange finds Young. Then Chris taking on Brayley, who was caught wide. On this right edge defensively for a moment as Fogarty go end over end, kicks away from Kennedy, who lets it bounce. He got a bit of a late jump there. Don't know that he saw it too well off the boot as it turned out, and as a result they'll stop him inside his own 20. Still no score. 10 gone here. PointsBet Stadium in the Shire. Sunday night. Sharks at home. There's Ronaldo. Talo trying to bump and spin away from defenders. Brayley. McGuinness pushing up in support, but takes a run himself. Smithies is in strongman mode and tries to drive him back some 4 or 5 metres. Hines, what's happening in his right edge? Both front rowers were there, and in the end, it's Kafusi who just bumps his way for a minimal gain. Last tackle, Hines again. On this right edge, will kick towards Rapana. No pressure on him to make the catch. The same way that Brassy made the previous one. Brings it out, and again they begin at their own 10.
That's a little bit better there from the Sharkies. Just completed a couple of sets, get themselves back into the game. Get a little bit of field position. Hines with the kick, and then the first man down there. Rapana.
Savage, quickly enough for Hudson Young to pour onto a pass from Ethan Strange. Savage again saw some space and almost went straight through. Terrific tackle in the end to stop him. It was McInnes saved the blushes of the Sharks. Here is Hosking looking for somebody. Finds Fogarty. Tap on. Great ball. Timmercore for Schiller. He beat Kennedy. Canberra some adventure down that right edge. And they produce points off the back of it. Terrific hands, especially the tip on by Matt Timmercore.
Straight away on the Harvey Norman replay here. First it was a great run by Savage through the middle of the ruck, and then the quick play the ball. See Fogarty really feigned a kick there on that right-hand side. Here's the run from Savage. Great tackle from McGuinness just to hang on. Here he goes, feigns the kick. They go wide. Schiller shouldn't be able to score here. Offloaded the football from Fogarty. The tap on there. Just got wrong-footed a little bit, Kennedy. Should have made that tackle. After having all the field position, they are the first to score, the Canberra Raiders. Schiller did a good job, a good finish. Stop, start, a little bit of a stutter. Kennedy can't make the tackle, and the Raiders are in.
Comes from very good rugby league stock, does James Schiller. Nephew of the great Brett Mullins, flying fullback and winger. Raiders era of the past, of course, when they were at their best in the early 90s. So the cousin of Jack Hetherington, who plays with the Newcastle Knights, grandson of Bill Mullins. Now some very royal bloodlines for James Schiller. Scores here to open the account for Canberra on this Sunday night, 4-0 against the Sharks. Xavier Savage already with those scoots through the middle block, worrying this depleted Sharks forward pack.
Yeah, he's a hard man to stop, isn't he? Just sprints out of dummy half, good pick up. Made 15 metres, that set the try up. Straight away they knew exactly where to go to that right-hand side. Ordinary miss of tackles there by the Sharks, but anyway, they open the scoring in the Raiders.
Kick being bent back and flags in the air. Terrific result for Jamal Fogarty. Canberra 6, leave the Sharks 0.
on, boys.
It's game number 11 for James Schiller, who is there to make the catch off the restart. Gives it off to Josh Papali'i. A very tough, rugged winger is James Schiller, and does a good job filling in when he gets chances with his Canberra Raiders outfit. So Smithies. Just outside the 10, so they work it across his left-hand side. Hudson Young just takes a hit up. Levi looks back towards the middle, passes Smithies. Tarpany is there again, threatening to tip it on, taking defenders with him. Now Levi, Rapper off his hit. At the end of the set, lightning fast play the ball. Fogarty all the time in the world to put the kick in. Not a great one though, as he picks out Will Kennedy on the full. Normally a very good long kicker is Jamal Fogarty.
Yeah, he's kicked to him a couple of times on the full there, making it very easy for Kennedy at the back for the Sharks. Off a couple of quick play the balls too. He had ample time to put the ball where he wanted.
Fogarty back in the defensive line as they go through Brayley, Cronulla. He's 10 and we get set. Restart as well here. 6 more tackles for the home side. And once again, back-to-back against Canberra. Hazelton. Sharks looking for a real chance in attack. To have a play the ball inside the Canberra 20 as Hines comes out to Trindle. There is Wilton. Well stopped though. That is good defence by Matt Timmacore. Good on both sides of the ball. Hines. Hines Kafusi. They're here inside the 20 at last. They're midway through this set. Braylon for Hines, who looks back on the inside. Close that door very quickly though, the Canberra defence. Nothing doing there for McInnes. Here's Hines again. Kennedy trying to tip it on. A problem here if Savage picks it up and gets a chance to run away because nobody here would catch him.
Yeah, the great thing about that for Savage there, dived on that loose ball. It was rolling away from him rather than try and scoop it up. And get the football back. That's a poor end of set there. There's a replay here. He tried to tap it on there, Kennedy. Did well to dive on that loose ball.
They did very well defensively for the first time, and now they get 6 more tackles. So plenty of set restarts to begin this game to go along with the errors from both teams in the early exchanges. Tarpany straightens here. What a start to the game he has had. Look at him. He's dragging defenders with him. Brayley, like a 7-year-old, hanging onto his Easter eggs, doesn't want to give them up. Drag along the carpet. Rapid. Here to the edge of the 20. Trindle and Wilton combining to take him down as they come back through Fogarty. No passes Papali'i. Strange is there. Skip and a jump again. Going a long way. He's got some speed. The teenager can scoot. Savage. Punched one out the back. It was touched here by the Sharks.
We have all Cronulla.
And it will be a knock-on against Cronulla.
Yeah, Savage just scooped it up from dummy half again. Tried to flick the ball out the back when he was caught, but I think the ball has been knocked on by, I think it's Ramian that knocks the football on. Here's a run from young Strange. He'll take off, he'll take you on. Got a great little left foot. Here's the ball flicked out the back. Ramian knocks on.
Stewart took a chance at the start of the season by making Ethan Strange the man to take over from Jack Whiting. Rabbitoh, of course. Strange has lived up to the opportunity he's been given by the coach. He's looked the goods every game they've played so far. Here is Savage! He beat 3 of them. Blink and he is gone, and that was the case right there. He makes it a double-figure lead here at 10 points to 0, and it was pretty simple stuff off the scrum win, but he's just so quick.
You've got to pay tribute to his quickness too, but that's terrible defence. Gets on the outside of his men, a little bit of stutter, little step, just got dragged around by Ramian, and then just headed upfield. It's Hazelton that tries to make the tackle at the back end of the field here, the big front rower, but he's there too late. Savage, after carving them up through the middle a couple of times from quick play the balls, does it all on his own.
Ramian He was going left and had to try and cut back to the right. Savage with his ability to explode out of the blocks. He beat Talakai coming across in cover. Hines there as well couldn't round him up. It was just a blistering piece of footwork that had Ramian all at sea. He looked like a man on the deck of a boat in a heavy sea, not knowing where to go against Xavier Savage, the X-Man. Gives them a chance here to make it 12 points to 0. What an opening this is for Canberra.
And they've had plenty of opportunities too. A little bit lucky the Sharks are not even further ahead of the Raiders. Raiders making a fair few errors in that attacking zone. Here's the kick now.
No problem for Jamal Fogarty. Canberra Raiders a dozen to the good here in the Shire. The NRL 3 years ago now. It's hard to believe. You thought he was going to be there to stay from the get-go, but it's taken him a while to find his place under the bright lights and the focus of the NRL, but he's here to stay for good, given what we've seen in 2024 already. Canberra well on top. Sharks off the back of that heavy defeat against the Tigers last week. And missing plenty of firepower in the middle of the field with so many injuries. We've seen that stretch various times tonight, those middle third rotations with so much inexperience off the bench for them tonight. Hosking. Bring it back to almost the 40. Corey Horsburgh waiting for his chance off the bench.
Last tackle, Cameron!
Again. Second last play of the set. That is the pattern for the Raiders. Fogarty's kick down towards Kennedy. And with the catch just outside his own line, brings it back. And Fogarty is there with Papali'i. They'll try and drag him back a couple of metres as well.
He's been a find too, Hoskins, for this Canberra Raiders side. He's always got the ability just to turn around and not ready to offload at every stage. Maybe too long before he gets a couple on that right-hand side.
There's plenty of footy IQ in this Sharks team. They just need to try and steady things here. Just get through their sets. And look at the chances they've been giving the Raiders. Obviously in great ball position. Here is Trindle looking for a 40-20. Rapana on his bike. Will get there and knock it on. Trying to keep it in play. He knew he had to stop that because Trindle was inside the 40 and trying to make sure he doesn't put a foot on the line and clean it up at the same time. He's just knocked it on.
Yeah, just an awkward bounce, wasn't it? He did well to get across there. Rapana knocks the footy on. Here's a great opportunity now for the Sharks. Only had half as much football as what the Raiders have had to start this game. 12 points to 0. Here's an opportunity for them.
Talakai towards the uprights. Play it 5 metres out. Chance to hit back for the Sharks. Brayley, Hines, turns it underneath. Kafusi is there. Good stop underneath made by Hosking. Keep it going left. Hines is there. Kennedy trying to beat Schiller, who jammed in, did well. Wraps up the Sharks fullback there, midway through the set. And Mulitalo. Back to Hines and then McInnes. And nothing doing, so they break the field down in the left and right halves. Hines comes right, Trindle to the corner. Good hands by Katoa. Here's a problem again. Savage, chance to pick it up and run a long way. Dives on the ball. And the Sharks let the Raiders off the hook.
I think Katoa thought he was going to be bundled in the touch there, just threw the ball back in field. Hail Mary that time. And again, Savage straight away, using his speed. It's the second time he's got that loose ball on the ground. They looked ordinary in that set, didn't they? The Sharks just side to side, not setting up any formation.
Fogarty now trying to return serve, 40-20 attempt himself. Good kick. Kennedy in trouble, can't get there. It's an old-fashioned kicking duel.
Jamal, it's here, mate.
Trindle provides one.
He can't kick, it's
And
there.
then Fogarty hits back. The Raiders have the Sharks in trouble once again. It took a perfect bounce for Canberra.
Go, boys.
Yeah, it looks like he was going to get there, and then the ball bounced away there from Kennedy. The Raiders should be good enough to score here. All the field position in the 20.
Hudson Young. Take it towards the left edge of the post. They're set. Long ball. Here is Corey Horsburgh. Taken long to Ricky Stewart to throw him into the game.
Corey, play the ball there.
Close there, only a half-metre out. Levi waits, shows it, gets over the top of the Sharks' defence and plants it down. Try number 3 for Canberra.
He does that right close to the line. It'll be in your game plan. On a quick play the ball right on your goal line, Levi's going to have a stab. It's all on the back of the 40-20. Fogarty punches it downfield. The bounces away there from Kennedy. As I said, Levi loves to run from dummy half that close to the line. Kennedy up in front of him. You've probably seen him there. Slams the footy down. The Raiders are in again.
It's the third try he scored in 2024, Danny Levi. Kennedy just gave him half a chance by looking at the first receiver, and he was able to plant it down. I'm pretty sure he's been able to hang on to that the whole way down, and there was
still looking okay.
Here. Just watch it again to make sure. Oh, the ball moving. The ball moving. Is his hand in contact with it the whole way though?
I think it is. You can see his fingers on the ball all the way down.
Okay, it's confirmed, Jamal. Good to go, mate.
It's a good, yeah,
Let's
been
go, Jamal.
confirmed.
Bunker happy with that, to the disappointment of the locals, quite obviously, who, when they saw that last replay, thought there was a chance they might get some intervention from the bunker. The bunker saying he had control of it the whole way. The ball actually never left contact with his hand or forearm. And from right in front, Fogarty makes this a remarkable scoreline. 15 remaining in this first half blocker. It's 18 points to 0.
And after a sloppy start from both sides, the Canberra Raiders have got themselves in the groove. That's their third try. I reckon he deliberately looked up and saw Kennedy there. As you mentioned, he sort of overread the play, thought it was going to go out the back. He thinks, I'm strong enough to take you on here. And that's their third try there for the Canberra Raiders.
Nervous Craig Fitzgibbon. Ricky Stewart fairly confident at the moment at 18 points to 0. Craig Fitzgibbon was a premiership player for the Roosters back in 2002 under Ricky Stewart. He's Ricky in now his 11th season as Raiders coach. Spent 4 seasons here in the Shire between 2007 2010. Sharks made it to a prelim final back in 2008. Memorable final series that for the drama with the Melbourne Storm. Cameron Smith's suspension. Storm beaten 40 points to 0 in the grand final by the Seagulls. So Canberra here from just outside the 20s. Chris feeds it back to Tarpon. Complete command of this game. They've had by far the better of chances. 21 tackles in the opposing half. Every time they get a chance inside the 20 at the moment, they're converting and adding points to the scoreboard. Fogarty from just outside the 40 this time. It goes down to Kennedy to take it on the full. He's got Mulatalo back there with him. And the first problem here for the Sharks is getting through a set without making a mistake. Mulatalo here has been called for a knock on. The ball certainly came loose for a moment there. He's looking for accomplices to say we should challenge.
Coming to tackle one. Captain's charge from the Sharks. On-field ruling is he loses it into a defender.
This might be more in desperation than confidence.
Yeah, well, he went straight over to Nico Hines, so he's pretty confident. Mulatalo. There's the tackle up underneath. Hudson Young over the top.
Ronaldo Mulatalo was tackled. Hudson Young then comes into the tackle after it is complete and dislodges the ball. the challenge is successful.
Gee, I reckon that's a bit of a tough call. You've got to hang on to the ball at some stage. He got turned on his back.
Boy, the tackle, if it was completed, was only just completed, that's for sure. And it is something the Sharks get a result here. We've still got 13 and a bit minutes remaining before half-time, but they need to score before the break.
The pressure's on Nico Hines to come up with something, but his forwards haven't laid a platform for him. Too many errors. And when they've got down there, they've run out of ideas by the look of it. Now they're down on troops, but they've got to find something here on their home ground.
Change made by that man, Craig Fitzgibbon, with one of his forwards watching on, Toby Rudolph, in the coach's box before he was suited up and out there in the middle, given the lack of forwards available to them here tonight. McGuinness playing it, Hines runs towards Tarpany. Scrambling on this left-hand side, Canberra. Now the ball comes free. Play on, says the referee. There's a bonus. Brayley held. He'll play it here at the 10, but they've got a new set of 6. Talakai goes to Hines through Williams. He's working it across to McGuinness. Around the bootlaces and gets some help from Hosking over the top. Williams just takes them on. He's taking some stopping as well. He'll carry defenders all the way into the in-goal area. Who held up there by Tarpon. Crowd restless here. PointsBet Stadium. He's up now. McGuinness just takes them on. Midway through this set, Brayley comes out to Trindle, shows it again, takes them on! Braden Trindle. He fooled everybody. They were waiting for a pass that never was delivered, and Trindle has the speed to score and open their accounts here today.
Well, it took an individual brilliance to get them back into the game. Trindle would have been disappointed with what happened last week against the Tigers. There's the strip. Ball comes out. That's fair enough. Levi has stripped the football and then knocks on. Brayley comes up with the footy, but then he decides to do it all on his own. Braden Trindle. Little dummy on the outside. Gets on the outside of Hosking. Too much pace. Backs himself. And the Sharks are in.
You see there that Jamal Fogarty is hedging his bets. Giving some attention to Ero on the outside, and Trindle saw a little bit of space back on his inside shoulder and went straight through it to give them points that they desperately needed.
Yeah, they certainly did. They were up here a couple of times, and a couple of ordinary sets couldn't really mount any pressure. And just a little bit of individual brilliance there from Trindle. Uses his pace. Sharks are back in it.
Kick pending back, terrific conversion by Nico Hines. The back of what Braden Trindle does to split them from inside the 10. So coming across there, desperate attempt, tackle by Zach Hosking. Couldn't close the door on the inside for Fogarty. And Trindle, who loves scoring tries like that. His second of the season in that fashion. Yeah, look at the reaction of the fans at the southern end of PointsBet Stadium.
Yep.
They need to get on the scoreboard before half-time too. They've done exactly that. See if they can dominate this last 10 minutes, the Sharks.
See how changes Craig Fitzgibbon makes before half-time here. Williams so far joining the action in the middle of the field. With Dan Atkinson, who's a dummy half back up in the 14 jersey today. Billy Burns back row. Hautapua is a middle forward, so nothing for middles at the moment, given all the injuries. Suspension for edge forward Britton Nickera as well.
They need to get a little bit more out of Talakai too, playing in the second row here this evening. A couple of runs. Need to get himself involved a little bit more.
Ramian plays it there. Brayley comes across to Kennedy. The outside backs and fullback helping out the forwards here in this set off the back of points. Don't see that too many times. Hazelton. Almost back at the Sharks 40. McInnes, very involved as always. Lots of defence for the lock forward. Leads them with 23 tackles at the moment. 50 metres now running with the ball. This one allowed to bounce by Rapana. It's an awkward one. Eventually cleaned up as Nico Hines comes down the field. Wilton was all there. He can work it away from inside the 20. Schiller puts it down. Big contact and a chance for the Sharks to go back to back.
Yeah, I think it was Jack Williams that come up with that shot in the middle of the ruck. He's made a little bit of a difference since he's been on the field. A couple of good strong runs. Here's some tough defence there. Clocked off a little bit now, the Canberra Raiders. They thought they were pretty comfortable. It's not the case.
There's some noise here in this venue.
In, boys.
Sharks.
10 seconds.
The 30. Scrum feed coming.
Head in, Jordan. Danny, with Jordan, mate.
Bring this
Danny,
back to
shot
only a
off.
converted. Try the difference
Danny,
if
in,
they
right.
can. Brayley across the high. Set play here. Coming back on the inside was Ero, who puts it down in play one.
Up on Sharks, and Sharks threw it away.
Tough situation there in just game number 2 of his NRL career. First play given a chance here by the mistake from Schiller. You saw it there just coming loose in the strong tackle made by Matt Timmercourt.
Yeah, Timmercourt, that's a good front on tackle too, just up under the ball. We've seen that a couple of times this evening. Euro's just got to get that out of his mind now and get on with it. Not do much about it.
Danny, head all the way in, mate, Danny. Will, head all the way in. Come in, Will. Danny, head down. Shot clock off. Hold there.
Change made by Canberra. Joseph Tarpany coming from the field. Sama Salu off the bench for Ricky Stewart. The Raiders. Led off that was for them. They had to be under huge pressure. Having considered points for Trindle. Savage coming infield here for a carry. And Levi. For Horsburgh, he puts it down and gives it straight back to Cronulla. It is a very warm and almost humid early evening here on the shores of Botany Bay, Blocker, and maybe just the humidity and the warm temperatures having an effect on the handling.
Yeah, I think it's some good front on defence from both sides too. It's really helped the ball out. Horsburgh coming away with the error. The great thing about the Sharkies, when they've made an error, they've tried to make up with it with some good front on tackling. Horsburgh will be filthy about that. Hines should come into his own here.
That's Kennedy off the scrum win. To the edge where Strange is there to wrap him up. Some help from Seb Chris. Just outside the 10. McInnes. Shuffling run, dumps it out the back wall. He took a chance there. The Raiders for a moment thought there was a knock on. He was able to clean it up and clean it up cleanly as well. Set restart though was Brayley from dummy half. Finds Nico Hines. Good tackle there made by Hosking on Hautapua. To McInnes, pops it out the back. Brayley, Talakai, numbers, Ramian, straight turns. Oh, he burnt a try there. Gatoa with his hands in the air saying, you had to pass it to me. Trindle bypasses a forward, comes from Hines. Ero here, gives a chance for Mulatalo. Ronaldo wins the race for the corner. The Sharks do convert the pressure, and they are right back in this contest.
Yeah, it's a nice pass there from Ero too. He made the mistake just a little bit earlier, got himself back into the game. This is how close it is on the other side. Ramian gently scores tries that close to the line. He's so strong. Watch this bullet pass here from Hines. Bang, finds its mark. Ero did well to get on the outside of his man. We know what a great finisher Mulatalo is. Loves scoring tries here at Shark Park. But that's the money ball from Hines. Sharks back-to-back tries.
Stakes the Raiders by Schiller and also Horsburgh. Gift horse in the mouth the second time, Cronulla here. Mulatalo, that's a great effort, wasn't it? In slow-mo to see that ball stay on his right hand in the tackle there of James Schiller, who was consoled by Jamal Fogarty. But the Sharks are celebrating. 5 out from half-time. A chance here to make it just a converted try, the difference for Nico Hines from out on the sideline.
He's so determined, isn't he, Mulatalo? When he sees the opening there, I've seen him do it time and time again. A hard man to stop, even though you've got a good grab on him. A good opportunity to make the tackle. He's strong. Stretches out the score.
Looking into quite a sunset. It's beginning to take full effect here. PointsBet Stadium. Oh, hooking back. It touched the upright and fell over the crossbar. That's all it had to do. It fell in the front edge of the hole. Hines linking up with Iro. Finished by Mulatalo. Converted by Nico Hines. It's 18-12. A big change in the complexion of this contest.
It's amazing when you can go back-to-back. So without doing it quite comfortably, the Canberra Raiders dropped their heads a little bit. Back-to-back tries. They're on a roll now. 4.5 to go before half-time.
Kick out towards Ronaldo Mulatalo's wing. It'll be Williams to bring it back here. And the middle forward is stopped just inside the Sharks' 20. Had to be next to score. Scored twice. Scored by 6. Carry there. And eventually through Kale Iro, who was able to draw a pass very nicely, having made a mistake earlier. It looks as if he's going to give the Raiders a chance to get off the hook from inside their own 20. They turn it back over now. Hautapua, good carry there, back at the halfway line. On the front foot, Brayley looking for territory. It bounces for Katoa over Hines' head. Kennedy couldn't get it. Brayley can! What a try! All good. The Sharks go back to back to back. Another try. 18-16. Watch this again. An amazing sequence of events involving Sione Katoa.
Haven't they showed a little bit of energy too? Right in the halfway line, Brayley starts it. The kick downfield, watch the way he stays alive. Katoa does well. The pass back on the inside and right on the spot. He was the man that started it. Brayley scores it, just backing up right in the middle of the field. He's the man that kicks downfield. Katoa, Savage, just a little bit casual to get to the ball there. Pass back on the inside, collision with the referee. Brayley there with a beautiful pick up, nice bounce. Hudson Young can't make the tackle. Schiller comes across to try and make it.
Savage, he had given up on the play, as you said, Blocker. He thought that was going out. He was just coasting. Katoa runs past him, plays the ball. It wasn't a spectator as Savage was. And then, as you said also, there was a mix-up with the referee and Braden Trindle, who was thereabouts also.
Just a perfect example of never giving up on the play there from both sides, defensively too. Katoa did well to get the ball back inside. Here's Hines.
This one scrapes the upright, but it's good. Well, what a game this is. 18 points straight to the Raiders to lead it by a long way, but then tries in the 29th, 35th and 37th minute for the Sharks. And this place is rocking suddenly.
Well, they're up on their feet, aren't they, the Sharkies supporters? Great time to score just before half-time to level the scores. Savage might have thought that Rapana was going to get the ball there, but just looked at him. You've got to have that desperation to get on that loose ball. He's won a couple here this evening, but not that time.
What we've just seen, a chance here if they do what they've just done. Sharks could lead at the break. Let's see how adventurous they want to be just before half-time. Iro here. 3 straight tries to count. 3 in return on the home side. Hautapua, he has made a difference. Played 3 games for the Roosters back in 2021. Second game this season for the Sharks. Boy, he is a very large unit. Here they are on the attack. 40 metres out from the Raiders line. Hines to the line. Trimble working with him. Runs towards Strange and a good stop there. 5/8 on 5/8. Last tackle though for Cronulla. Comes back to Hines, who will kick for Kennedy. Katoa is also there. Rapana flies above everybody. Having to catch him, drag him into touch. Katoa came down on the abdomen there of Rapana, who didn't think too much of that action. And here is Xavier Savage in trouble, being driven backwards. Got to get through this set without a mistake, and Savage turns it over. He'd like to find a shovel and dig a very large hole, given his last couple of involvements.
And you see about the energy here of the Sharks. They've got their backs up. Scored the last 3 tries. Savage just running across field a little bit. Just loses it on the way down. There's no hand on the football. And the Sharks score again just on the stroke of half time.
Okay, come together.
Plenty of energy now.
Shot clock off. Heads in. Time on.
What are we going to put on here?
Break!
With plenty of time on the clock, Hines runs towards the tackle there of Hosking, and they're inside the 10. Here's Altapua. His yardage meters the other end of the field. Boy, he has made some big gains for them to give them this field position. Now Trindle floating. Hines, 2-on-2, comes back on the inside of Chris. Strange does well to help out. Trindle from dummy half. Put down backwards, or knocked on is the call.
Geez, they call knock-ons pretty quick these days, don't they?
He's back turned to his own line, but the referee says drag forward here by Siasifatalakai. What a let-off that is. They were building there. This place would have been absolutely raucous had they scored to take the lead, given the way this game began.
Come together. Okay, shot clock
Could have been even further in front of the Raiders had they been able to hold the ball a lot earlier.
Put it in, mate. Time on. Break!
Fogarty feigning a kick from 5 metres out from his own line. He'll take the tackle there, and that will do them at the break. Quite remarkable opening half right here on the Sunday ticket. The action coming at you thick and fast today on Fox League. We've got a beauty here in the Shire, because at half-time, the Sharks have hit back, and it's 18 playing 18.
We went out with him then.
Wanted to see the replay of Tim Zoo coming in right in Las Vegas. What a tough effort that was. Big effort by the Sharks to get themselves back in this contest here. Altapua will bring it to the 20 and play it. He's been enormous off the bench. His carries around midfield. Put them on the front foot. Put some pressure on Canberra. Certainly helped turn this game around. Here he is again. Second carry in the set. He's keen for work. He's a giant as well. Kennedy back in behind the play the ball. Stopped there by Corey Horsburgh in his first outing for 2024. Now McInnes. The spies tell us that'll be a microscope for Michael Maguire here tonight. Nico Hines, kick down towards Jordan Rapana, ringed in by a sea of sky blue, black and white jumpers. And take back the Canberra fullback, and we'll play it just outside the 10.
The interesting thing is going to be for the Raiders that they can snap back into it. Half-time break, Ricky Stewart would have got to them. See what sort of attitude they come out with in the second half. Far too many mistakes on their own goal line. Just gifted field position to the Sharks to be able to go in at half-time 18 all.
Timacor poking his nose through the line, almost beyond. Strong carry there, boy. It is hard to stop coming in off that right centre slot. Now Horsburgh. They're going to hang on to that. Past a handle, Levi. Paul Fogarty, who produced a 40-20 in the first half. Likewise, Braden Trimble. Some hang time on this. Mulatalo did very well in the end. That was spinning around and an awkward one to handle. Mulatalo cleans it up, and we go downstairs to Jake Duke. for them. Now set restart for Cronulla. Flow of possession. They swung around as we showed you with 15 to go in that first half. Sharks, McGuinness here under pressure. Horsburgh coming out of the line. The old shooter.
Yeah, you generally do it when you've got the teams caught on their own goal line, not up over the halfway line, but anyway, you've got to make sure you make the tackle. Spun out of it, McGuinness.
Set restart here at the back end of the set. Great carry by Hines. Play number 5, he took it forward, the halfback, and got his team a renewed set. Trindle now. The Talakai, they are flat-footed, the Raiders there on their own line. Talakai goes a long way. He's inside the 10. It's Brayley. Feeds it for Hines. Comes to McGuinness. He just takes them on. Spins away from Hosking, who's got a problem. They need to stop play.
He's got concerns
Hosking
about
got
Zach.
caught in an awkward position there.
Tackle 3.
And was quite obviously concussed by the impact.
He's got that ability just to spin out of tackles, McGuinness, at speed. Just watch as they come into contact now. But he's heading the wrong place. Spins out of the tackle.
Because the tackle's complete. I know it's only just after, mate, but you cannot just flop in after the tackle's complete.
The second half from him as we
I spoke to Jamal at half-time about it as well.
Again. Jack Williams has also been strong for the Sharks. They've got him going forward.
It was an awkward one, wasn't it, for Zach Hosking, who was pushing out to his right-hand side, and the step by McGuinness was heading on the wrong foot, head in the wrong position, caught the hip of McGuinness, and see there, he's got an issue with the neck as well, and it's like a game over for Zach Hosking. The attention of the medical staff for the Canberra Raiders. They'll make sure they're confident he's able to leave the field here under his own steam in the first place. Still just flexing that neck though. Cut there in the scalp as well. It's been a day for them, hasn't it?
Cameron.
Off for the HIA, I'd say.
5 metres out.
There he goes.
3, boys.
Nick on the back of the head.
This will be a pretty good one by the looks of things. Certainly at, I guess, at Tim Zoo levels. It's incredible what we saw from Las Vegas on Main Event TV across the afternoon. So the Sharks play back underway. Hines on the inside here for Williams. Strong contact there. Salo on deck. Also Horsburgh involved in the tackle. Another with 2 more plays. Hines, how to Pua. How do you do? Ethan Strange did very well. Now from Brayley it comes across to Talakai. Ethan Strange, another good tackle there. And they've saved the day on their own run. Here is the 19-year-old sneaking down the short side.
Well, that's a couple of big tackles on Talakai in this game of football. Ethan Strange coming off out of the line. It doubled up too. Desperation from the young fella on his goal line. Saves the day for the Raiders.
Levi waits at dummy half. One passes Horsburgh. Smithies on here on this right-hand side. At a Mariota. Out there now. And the Raiders get a much-needed penalty.
It just leaves a little bit of momentum when Papali'i and Tarpany go off. We need to roll the sleeves up. The players that come on and replace them. We know we'll see them again before the end of the game, but they lose a bit of momentum through the ruck.
Attention over the top there. Trying to slow down the play the ball. Good carry by Mariota. Now Salwa it is. He's always up around the ball, pushing up in support. In fact, he doesn't end up with it in his hands as he did just then. Horsburgh goes inside the 30. Chance for Canberra to retake the lead. It's an 18-point lead evaporate before their eyes in the run to halftime. Levi goes one way, comes back the other. Horsburgh standing, goes out the back for Ethan Strange, ducks away from the contact, taken down there by Tuku Hautapua. Got 2 plays left from underneath the uprights. Salo spinning. Levi comes to Fogarty. Chance out wide for Mariota, taking some stopping. He's Body in front was Trindle, some help from Kennedy, and here's the last. Fogarty just going with a chip bomb and couldn't get a crack at the contest there. Seb Chris was a target. Hines driven backwards. Well, Canberra will get the ball back potentially from a goal line dropout, but it was nice work by the Sharks to make this an easier catch than it was going to be for Nico Hines. You saw Ramian there in the way the Raiders thought that he was escorting runners off the ball. Referee disagreed.
Well, they did well to hold him up too. Hudson Young, Seb Chris allowed Hines to take the ball.
Stay behind it.
Forces a line dropout. Here's a bit of pressure now.
Go long, want to take the chance. Now here it is, Salo will bring it back. Let's go downstairs to Jake Duke. I'm surprised there given the nature of the contact and the way he went to the ground. Thanks for that, Jake. So now the Raiders down to 16 for the remainder of the game. At most, here is a chance for Mariota running into the shoulder there of Trindle. Williams was underneath. That was a good stop, charging forward. Now, Dimmock right across the field. He's strong, he's quick. He's gone left, he's gone right. He's gone east, he's gone west. He's lost the compass. He's eventually found true north. He'll play it 5 metres out. Comes back here. Fogarty, rubbering through the line. Horsburgh was there. Did he force a mistake? It wasn't picked up cleanly by Talakai, but the initial touch was backwards, and the Sharks have it to work it away.
Yeah, just needed a bounce there, didn't he, Horsburgh? Talakai there right on the spot. Here's a good one from Ramian.
Using his body to shield the ball, Talakai. That was clever work. And the centre come back rower here tonight. Slow play the ball there. Sione Katoa pinned to the ground by Seb Chris. The Sharks out of their own end.
Gee, it's a relief when you get a penalty like that when you've been under the pump early in the tackle count. Just laying on the tackle a little bit too long. Desperation to get up and play the ball as quick as you can. Sharks win the penalty.
Deadlocked we are, 18 apiece. Both sides 2 wins, 1 loss. The first 3 rounds of the premiership. Terrific game developing here as Ramian plays it. Comes from Hines. Williams there, fended away from Levi, who came up quickly. Was on the seat of his pants just as quickly. Played eventually. Hines, options inside and out. On the edge, here's Howard Tapua. Getting underneath him and forcing a mistake as he hit the deck was Jordan Rapana. What a surprise that in game number 200, the Energizer Bunny, the man who gets them up when they need a lift, Jordan Rapana forces a mistake.
Well, the thing is, he didn't wait to go back into the line. He was there close enough to make the tackle and come in and make a difference.
Hey, I know you don't.
Sometimes the desperation to get back that 10 metres, you don't go in. He was near enough and close enough.
On the shot clock, boys.
Rapana forces the error.
Come on, boys.
34-year-old.
Work it in, 15 seconds.
Does something at the right time so often.
Heads down.
The Raiders, and they needed something there.
So you went. Come on, Hudson.
Against this
Head down.
barnstorming
Head down.
22-year-old.
Shot clock off.
Tupu Hautapua.
All in. Break.
Enormous off the bench tonight for Craig Fitzgibbon. Timberclaw. Look at him move. Takes it back here to almost the 30. He's lost a day-glow pink boot in the process. Nothing that would stop him as they bring it back here, 15 short of the halfway line. Levi comes across here, Strange, and now Seb Chris. Brings it back towards halfway line, midway through this set. Levi again. At speed there. That's a strong carry. Gets them on the front foot towards the back end. There's a bit of depth on this right-hand side. Levi, though, saw that space and decided to take it on his own. Rapana goes into dummy half. Here's Fogarty to put it up. Chance here for Mariota coming forward. Schiller is also there. They didn't really go into it with much gusto, the chasers. In the end, it was Mulatalo who ends up being pinned to the ground by Tarpany. That was interesting. Play on the call.
I think he looked up and saw it was Tarpany and thought, oh, well, I'll just play it here. I'll get on with it.
He had his big left mid in his chest and then him pinned to the ground. I wasn't too happy about it, but what are you going to do? Just outside their 40. Rayleigh. Trindle. Gravy stepping off the right foot. Not really comfortably though. He's an offloader. And we saw one right there on cue. Went past Rayleigh for Trindle. Hazelton. Not much happening though, so we'll bring it back to just about where Ramian delivered the pass in the first place. And now here is the last. Just wait to kick in behind them. Awkward one for Rapiner. Refused to sit up. Bounce past him like a worm burner, and he brings it back here just beyond the 10.
We just saw in the first half when they really made some inroads against this Canberra Raiders. They went straight through the middle. They wide too early now. Just don't know how much petrol they got left in the tank. A lot of changes to this Sharkies side. Canberra also have got hit a bit of a flat spot in the game at the moment.
Good ball there for Mariota to keep them going on this right-hand side. Near the western touchline. On their own half, 4 tackles gone. Slow play the ball there for Schiller. Tarpany going sideways. You don't see that too often. Inside pressure there from Mulatalo. Well, he's come off the left wing, halfway across the field to get to Joseph Tarpany, looking for a little bit of revenge right there against the front rower, no less. Kennedy, you know what, it worked.
Yeah, now he went out chasing, didn't he? Mulatalo getting himself in a position now again for another carry. Sitting good at the back end of the field. He's going to be the first team to break in the second half here.
Pickles!
They're going set for set at the moment.
Mulatalo across to Hines. Just turns it underneath there for Ramian because he was posted on his own with nobody on his outside. Change made here by Craig Fitzgibbon. ASF Talakai leaving the field on the far side. He's got up some gas playing in the edge forward role tonight as opposed to his normal centre position. So change made here, 13 into the second half. McInnes, he's there for the duration. Braille. Again, just chipping one towards the corner. He'll take it out of play. Force Canberra to work it away from a set play inside their own 20.
A little bit of a sign, both sides are under the pump. I don't know whether the Sharkies could have tried and keep the ball in play. They're looking very tired to me at the moment, the Canberra Raiders. Good field position now. Just trying to keep them down here.
Lockie, whether you're just starting out with the club or a familiar face around the grounds, we are sure you'll make memories that last a lifetime. You can join the thousands of players already registered. Don't miss out on the unreal fun that is Club Rugby League. Visit playrugbyleague.com to register right now. It is unreal. It's very real out here in the middle for both these forward packs. Tarpany head-to-head here with Wilton Rayleigh around his legs. Levi jumping out from dummy half again, finds Fogarty. Rapiner pushing up through the middle. Taking him down 10 short of the halfway line. Need a good carry here. Horsburgh will provide one. Trying to spin away from the contact of Hazelton. Comes back for Fogarty. Big kick here. Hang time on this. Another good catch made by Mulatalo under pressure. Not an easy one. Oh! He provided a long pass to Kennedy. He put it down. It looked like it was a pretty good pass. The fullback wasn't expecting it though, perhaps.
You're right there, Warren. You've got to expect the ball at all times now. Mulatalo been better off to take the tackle. Kennedy with a horrible error. The Raiders should be good enough to capitalise here. That's a good field position here to start the second half. They should be good enough
Work it in. Come on, boys.
to come away with some points. Look for Timoko. He's the bloke that looks the most dangerous.
No, he's fine, mate. Ball in. Wait. Break.
From this right-hand side. Here he is, drawing Ero and passing, touched there by Mulatalo, who saves a try because Schiller.
To play the ball.
Be something to beat, having already beaten Kennedy to score the opening try of the game.
Play the ball on the 10. Just to play the ball.
A little bit of footwork there too. I'm used to him charging over the top of the opposition. He's mixing his game up a little bit there.
They split the field there. There's only two on the right-hand side, which gave Timoko all that space. Danger he is. Mariota. Inside the 10. Chance to, once again, take the lead after they held it 18 points to nil until the 29th minute of the game. Close here. Salu thrashing around. Close range. He plays it for Levi. Horsburgh in a catch and pass roll. Ricky Stewart looking for something stronger, perhaps.
I think it saved him from swearing there, Ricky. Take a swig of water. It's just ordinary play.
Calm blue sea. Calm blue sea.
Take a step back, Camper.
Not too far from the sea. The bay's only a football field to the north, and
Come on,
the
let's
beach
go,
is about
Brayden!
a k and a half away to the east.
What would you be thinking there,
Heads
Ricky?
down, boys. Take a step back. Shot clock off. Shot clock off. Ball in.
There's the Sharks working from their own scrum. Sunday night, Matty Johns coming up beyond full-time special guest. Bulldogs Reed Marnie. Found some form, the Bulldogs, out the last couple of weeks. Big win round 3 against the Titans. Really pushed the Rabbitohs on Good Friday as well. It's coming up after full-time. Sunday night with Matty Johns. On the couch as well, as always, Brayley. McInnes showing it, still no change through 17 minutes here in this second half. 18 apiece. Hines to Hazelton, almost away there. Great legs tackle made by Saul. Comes back to Hines, who chips it again. Rapana here, another awkward one. Played it off the knees. The crowd went up as one, thinking there was a knock on there by the veteran fullback. But he played it very nicely, realising it was going to be an awkward bounce. He's had some horrors to deal with.
Yeah, he has. Ball bounced away from him a couple of times. That time, Starling has come on now. Levi's gone off, so a little bit of spark out of dummy half they might be looking for. Hazelton just got to try and find that one pass.
Ball comes free here. The Raiders turn it over. It was Savage coming in midfield looking for a carry. Had a blinding start to the game, did Xavier Savage. Some moments to forget from that point on, though. See again the tackle of Williams. And also Billy Burns, who's out there. Ero has a full 360. And from Rarotonga in the Cook Islands. Takes it inside the red zone. The Raiders end. Botany Bay end. And Brown comes to McInnes. Shows it a couple of times there. Nobody falling for a dummy. Samuel and Starling eyes only on the ball carrier. There is Williams. Samuel there again. Might have been hurt in that tackle. Brayley, quick play the ball. Trindle. Ero crashing through. And a beautiful straight line. Kale Ero scores the first try of his NRL career, and the Sharks have the lead.
Well, the Harvey Norman replay will show that. Ero straight running, straight into the hole, enthusiastic, some good quick play the balls in the middle of the ruck. They started to make some inroads. Look at that for gap running, straight through in his debut game. Kale Ero gets the try. Won't he enjoy that?
Rolling with quick play the balls. Samuel left on the ground on the previous play. That certainly didn't help Canberra's cause. Good strength there to hang on to the ball and plant it down, wedged between his forearm and his body. And that's how you celebrate try number 1. Terrific moment. The 24-year-old from the Cook Islands. Son of Kevin Ero, nephew of Tony. He's been tough on that left-hand side, hasn't he? 112 metres running. Good metres for a centre. And there's still 20 minutes remaining here. The Sharks now in the ascendancy. It's remarkable given how this game began. Nico Hines had his kicking boots on today. Burns, who does exactly that. On the Sunday ticket, the Sharks in front of the Raiders, 24-18. In front of what will be a capacity crowd by the sounds of things. The tickets left, there's not too many. Huge crowd. Tigers win against the Sharks at Leichhardt last week. The Eels are in good form also. A huge clash on a holiday Monday. Hazelton. Sharks fans are hoping they're celebrating a holiday Monday with a victory. They're on track at the moment. We still have a quarter of the game to go. McInnes, he's had a big one, hasn't he? His carries have been good. Now Trindle, around about the halfway line. Kick will come down to Rapiner. Go back to that error made by Xavier Savage, which gave possession to the Sharks. An unhappy night for him off the back of what was a tremendous opening 20 minutes. Some balls down inside his own territory, which have had his team under pressure. Sharks have hit that 3 times now, and it's started just outside the 30. What's happening there? Solid tackle underneath Brayley. Getting busy, the dummy half and hooker. Now Horsburgh across to his right edge. Going very wide for Hosking, who's been ruled out of the game, as you heard Jake tell us with that concussion back in the 44th minute. Fogarty here under pressure, needs to get a pass away. They'll die with the ball. It was Ero, who's irresistible at the moment.
Yeah, Mulatalo too, that just chased everything there. Just had to spin out of the tackle. There's Mulatalo there on Fogarty. Just upset him to make him run back in field. Sharks, can they find that little bit of extra energy? They've got themselves in front now. And they're starting to cruise down the middle of this Raiders team.
Now Burns on the right-hand side. Huge chance here. A long way towards winning this game. Damien, his hands and knees. Gets a couple of metres. Hazelton. Get in behind to play the ball and open up a left edge for the Sharks. Hines is out here waiting. So is Kennedy out the back. Hines goes to the first man though in Teague Wilton. Good stop by Fogarty. Water was also there. Short side. Hines to the line. Kennedy. Rubbers. Cleaned up by Mulatalo. The Sharks are in again. 5 tries in a row after being down 18 points to 0. It's incredible.
And they just reloaded on the last tackle, I think it was, on the blind side. Trying to get his hands on the ball. Nicholas Hines goes to the line, feigns the kick, and then the grubber kick in and behind. Kennedy, it's a beautiful touch. Mulatalo right on the spot. Rapiner can't make it across. And the Sharks go back to back in the second half. They're just doing things a little bit quicker than the Raiders at the moment. They want it more. They go to that blind side again. And there's Mulatalo with the try.
Well, at worst, they're going to have Canberra working it off their own line, or maybe getting a goal line dropout. Barely watch up there in the Raiders coach's box at the moment. They've considered 5 straight tries, 3 in the first half, 2 here in this second half. 10-point lead now to Cronulla. That would have been any old price when it was 18-0 to Canberra at almost the half-hour mark.
And he'll love this too. Look how Hines kicking from the sideline. Loves the atmosphere and the home ground. They clocked off the Raiders 15 to 20 minutes before half-time after getting away to a great lead.
Just some mental mistakes Trouble made by Savage with Katoa stuck in behind him. The pass back infield for the Sharks to score. That leveled things up at 18 apiece. And it's been back and forth for the opening 20. Two tries in space of 3 minutes here. And Hines, all he can do is kick goals for fun. Bends that one back beautifully from the sideline again. Ronaldo has a double. In the first half, they went wide. Hines and Ero draw and pass. Ronaldo, one of the great finishers in the NRL, didn't make a mistake there. And then last play, wedged into a corner of the field. They had the Raiders. Kennedy, lovely little kick. Mulatalo was there on the spot to grab it and plant it. They lead 30 to 18.
Well, can you believe it? Loves to be involved in the game, doesn't he, Mulatalo? Got plenty of energy. He's led the way here for the Sharks to get right back in it. And a great performance.
And the tide is very much flowing against Canberra. The only good news is there's still 15 minutes remaining. Two converted tries. Look at that. 12th, 18th, 24th minute for Canberra. 5 straight for the Sharks. Bounce back. A big way after going down heavily to the Tigers. They can't last week. Now they have to play with the lead, not get too conservative, and try and close this out. Damien almost lost that bag going to ground as Hines puts it across his body. Rapana to make the catch inside his own 20. We'll bring it back. And they need these Canberra forwards, this much vaunted forward pack, to roll up their sleeves, and some good meters here. Savage needs to hang on to it. Produce the errors he has in all similar sort of plays. They've given Cronulla chances. Schiller, the back of Savage's carry. He comes in off the wing also. Starling looks for Horsburgh. Here's Tarpany. Pops the ball out the back. Starling for Rapana. Comes to Mariota. Big body on the edge. Not the speed or the nimbleness of Hoskin, quite obviously. Plays at the halfway line as Papali'i. The tackle there of Brayley. Canberra have one more. Fogarty is kicking, will be pivotal. If they are to launch a comeback. High ball here, coming through, put some pressure on Kennedy. Rapana was there. So was Starling. One of the Sharks has hit the deck. It was Braden Trindle who was floating back in the direction of the ball.
Over Braden Trindle, mate.
Canberra just keep making simple mental errors here as much as anything.
And I think it might have been Starling just pushed Trindle out of the way. Trindle just stopped in the line there. There it is. Just killing themselves at the moment, aren't they? The Raiders, they haven't penned on the line. Give away a penalty, they'll start their set.
First half on Ronaldo, mate.
It's Tom Starling who shot Trindle out of the way. Sharks off the back of it. Almost at the halfway line once again. Hazelton comes out here through the middle. Bigfoot doing some ball play. Kenneth there did well under pressure. There now is Dan Atkinson. Playing just his third game in the NRL. Last year for the Sharks. Game for the Storm back in 2021. Hines in his own 30. Atkinson in there at the first receiver. So playing a role through the middle of the field. Trindle and Hines on the short side here. Looking for a combination. Trindle puts it up. Mulatalo, he's got a hat-trick in mind. He juggles it. Did he lose it forward, though?
Ronaldo, yeah.
Hines ended up with it, but it might be a knock-on against Ronaldo.
Confirmed knock-on off
Behind him,
Ronaldo.
just to see the direction of the ball, competing for the football all the time. Mulatalo, they love this short side.
Kick
Obviously
chase on the
think
left
that they've
is all onside.
got a big advantage of the right-hand defence of the Canberra Raiders.
Ronaldo Mulatalo contacts the ball, just looking for a definitive angle to show the direction it goes.
Referee pretty much right in line with this when he made the call. You see him there. He's exactly in line with the play, and he was very confident. Came off the shoulder there
The ball
forward.
travels forward before it's regathered by Nico Hines. We have a decision.
Sharks fans don't like it because the
Boys,
ball
play
ends
the
up
ball there.
behind Mulatalo,
Play the
but he's
ball.
travelling across the ground into the in goal. So ball ends up behind me, but propelled forward. Again, Todd Smith right in line with it, made a very quick call.
Yeah, he did. Canberra Raiders have got the opportunity now to come off their own line. They've got to find something. Timiko's probably been the only Raider that's not like doing anything here in the second half. They've been bunched, made a number of errors, tend to be exact. Far too many to get themselves into the game here.
Sharks looking to lose 15 to produce a 12-point turnaround as far as comebacks are concerned already. In 2024, teams are falling behind, but found a way out of it. Some sort of regularity. The first 4 rounds of this new season, the Sharks are 18 points behind. Here they are leading by 12, inside 12 minutes remaining. Starling playing it. Papali'i, big stretch on the bench. The big Papa. Here's a kick. Kennedy under pressure again. Morgan Smithies is back on deck with Corey Horsburgh. And a big stint either side of half-time. Quite the battle between the two of them, Horsburgh and Smithies, with that long forward roll. The Raiders beyond this. Canberra have the Eels next week. The Sharks have the bye. But hang on here, prove their record of 3 wins and 1 loss going into their first bye of the season. I consider that a very good first month.
Just been a little bit too quick for them in the second half, haven't they? The Sharkies just really loading up the blind side and going through the hands. What's the amount of yards they're able to make through the middle of the Canberra Raiders before contact? Just roll up over the advantage line.
Trindle giving Mulatalo a chance at a do-over here. He was there. Did he clean up Rapana before he made contact with it? Atkinson dives in. He thinks he scored. The referee has a different opinion.
Jerry, live decision, no try. Believe Ronaldo Mulatalo pushes a Canberra player, which denies his ability to defend the play.
Rapana, he does again, competing for the ball all the time.
Relax, boys.
Hudson Young, chat about it with Ronaldo, who's never backward in coming forward.
Onside.
Hey, Morgan.
So they're all onside.
Morgan.
The only
In goal,
question
boys.
is the contact between Mulatalo and Rapana.
In the in goal first. Joe, just get him in the in goal.
Ronaldo Mulatalo pushes Matt Timoko.
We saw one only moments ago at the other
Saying
end
it
of the
denies him
field,
to
similar
defend
to
the
that, with an attacking player shoving
And
a
also
defender.
makes contact before the ball is touched by Jordan Rapana. You have a decision.
Thank you, 10 out.
Dan Atkinson.
It'd be filthy.
He thought he joined Kale Ero as a first-time scorer in the NRL. But alas, it's no try.
Over
The
here.
Raiders stay in with a chance.
Your
They've got
penalty
to
here.
get up the other end to be in with a chance, haven't they? They've been stuck on their own goal line for the bulk of this second half. No real try-scoring opportunities for it, apart from Timoko down the other end.
Put it halfway.
They're going to get themselves down there, 40 out from their own line now.
That's the first part of the equation. Sunday night with Matty John, special guest Reed Marnie coming up beyond full-time here at PointsBet Stadium. Made there by Timoko. Smithy's turning it underneath. Tarpany. Crack this line. Hard to do. Sharks a very good defensive outfit. And found their form in this second half. They've kept the Raiders to 0. Papali'i just outside the 20. Set restart here for Canberra. And they bank points off the back of it. Hudson Young on the angle. Stopped there by Kafusi. Now Smithies looking. The players putting their hand up. With a tired outfit at the moment, Canberra. Starling. Another set restart. Sharks hanging on too long. Fogarty for Papali'i. They need some energy here. Starling looks short. Hudson Young on the angle. Well stopped though. Brayley was underneath. He's been great defensively along with Kennedy. Now Tarpany doing the ball play. Fogarty, Rapana, cut out ball. Schiller! Canberra is back. Terrific pass by Rapana to Schiller. he has a double.
Well, they've given themselves a chance now. They'll be rushing this kick for sure. Schiller goes in for number 2. Rapana comes in, makes the extra man. The cutout pass. Mulitalo caught in field in no man's land. Schiller just hogs that sideline. So look where Mulitalo is here. Caught in field. That is a beautiful pass on the outside. Schiller finishes well again. Gives them the opportunity, gives them chance. 8 minutes to go before full time. Important kick this one from Fogarty.
The reaction from the Sharks fans as they saw Schiller so close there to the touch-in goal line. Try confirmed by the bunker. 30 points to 22.
We've seen both sides being able to score in bunches, haven't they? They've been able to go back-to-back, both teams. So
well, if the trend continues, Blocky, we might be doing some overtime here in the Shire. Sunday night, it's a warm one. Fogarty, big kick here. It hits the upright. Stays out. It remains an 8-point gap. Looked like that was going to sail through the uprights. Watch the pass from Rapana again. It was a beauty. He just froze Mulitalo. He was looking infield at Timokor, knowing the threat that he possesses. And then watch this, just a little bit of fade off the upright, and it stays out. 7.5 remaining. 30 plays, 22. And we'll see if that theme of the night, tries in bunches, does stay in effect here to close out the game.
yeah, that's been the big thing. We've seen both sides after being able to score points. Get that energy up and get going again.
Stay on!
A set of 6 will tell from the Raiders here.
The first thing the Sharks can't do is give away set and restarts, as they did in the lead up to that try by Schiller. Canberra extra chances inside the 20. Eventually they found a way through them. Here is Tarpon, or rather Mariotta it is, inside his 20. Tarpon revving up carry here on this next play. Spinning, looking for an offload. He provides yet another one. Starling is there. Good meters again from Canberra. They can't pull the shutters down here, the Sharks. Got to keep playing. Smithies in behind the play the ball. Brings it back on 4 plays, almost to the halfway line. Starling comes through Tarpany. Look at him gallop and then deliver. Strange. Nice off the left foot. Standing in a tackle himself. Wrapped up by Brayley over the top. Last tackle, Fogarty, spiralling kick. It's an awful one to catch. Kennedy didn't want to know about it. It bounces. What a friendly bounce that was for the Sharks, chasing through. Tom Starling's on the slip and slide, almost into the grandstand.
He went as hard as he could too. Just didn't think the ball was going to bounce that hard. Starling was right there on the spot. So dangerous letting the ball bounce like that.
Hero. His first try in his back pocket in the NRL. Damien coming in for a carry. 10 short of the halfway line. Brayley with only one marker there. It was Tarpany. Caught with his back turn with Smithies. Here's Katoa standing. Thinking about an offload. Hangs on to it. Brayley finds McInnes. The back end of the set. Steps back on the inside. Big meters again. Home fans enjoyed that carry. Big meters here. Put them on the attack. Williams it is. Goes back inside the red zone. Wide right-hand side set, but they've had success down this short side in the second half. Trindle behind. He'll take a carry towards the back end of the set. The halfback running a long way. A chance. Wilton denied by Schiller. Had to make that tackle. Terrific of it by the winger. Down the short side again. Hines doesn't want to put a kick in. He dumps it out the back. They'll turn it over there and make Canberra work it away. Or Smithies.
Leave it to hand over.
Presented something here in the tackle from Teague Wilton.
Hey, you're wasting your own time, Canberra. Walk back.
Englishman
Jordan,
reacting quite violently there. Here is Canberra with Rapana blowing his arms. How much have they got left? This is going to be a tough set here beginning in this field position.
Yeah, that's probably why he went up the short side again there, Hines, just to get tackled, make it really tough, pin him in a corner. Watch him rev up now, the Sharkies.
Tim McCaw's got a cramp. That's no good for the Raiders. They need him. Chris going sideways here. Ramian wraps him up. So Chris slowly off the ground. Here's Savage. Back to the short side. Up though, just outside the 20. They've used up 3 plays to get to this point. Almost a mix-up there. Thinking, I'm sure, about a big shift to the right-hand side to get themselves out of trouble. Now they might go with it. Up the line. Tarpany digs in. They'll wrap him up. On the last. In their own territory still. Levi feeds it to Fogarty, who takes it to the line. Strange, cut-out ball. Savage does well. Pass back on the inside. It was Tom Brady-esque.
Do you reckon he might have passed a little bit too early? Got a bit excited, Savage. Running on the last. Fogarty feigns to kick up that short side again. It's an impossible pass.
Let's go. 10 metres in, play the ball.
Play the odds there.
No, 10 in, mate. Last tackle.
Let's go, very much against them now. 3 minutes and change left. Trindle's down with the cramp. Will be play on for the moment. So like the tactic is again here for the Sharks. Even if they don't make it down within inside the 10, I imagine they'll just run it on the last. Don't risk a kick going dead to give the Raiders 7 tackles. So Hines towards this handstand side once again.
McGuinness has been unbelievable in this game. 147 metres, 46 tackles. What a workhorse.
Do no more than impress the New South Wales coach, Michael Maguire, in the house, watching on. Keeping an eye on the Sharks. Lock forward is the word. They're here just outside the 20. There he is. Ron Ferner, Raiders CEO, sitting alongside him. Hines will kick this time, knocked backwards by Fogarty. The Raiders have it through Mariota, but they're down almost at the 2-minute mark, and they need 2 scores.
And that's been the problem in the second half for the Canberra Raiders, just being pinned into their own half. Use the short side really well, the Sharkies, especially on their left-hand side. A chance to hand right now.
Here's Strange. Taking a lot of stopping, picked up there by Williams, brought down fairly gently in the end. Comes to Fogarty. Rapana, a long ball, takes them on himself. They've got one play and they have to score right here to be any chance. Fogarty kicks. They'll be taken by Katoa under no pressure at all. He'll bring it back and the Sharks should be able to work it away now and record their 3rd win of the season. Katoa, a full 360 there. Victories back in round 1 against the Warriors, then backed it up a week later against the Bulldogs. Went down to the Tigers, but they've hit back. Here's Mulitalo, away again, runs to Rapana. He hangs onto it, still going, Ronaldo, looking for support. Comes to Ramian, popped it out the back. Ronaldo has another carry. He says, I'm gone. Who wants to run?
He loves, gets himself involved in the game, doesn't he? Finishing off strong now, the Sharks.
He was like a Tesla looking for a charger. Williams it is. He's got plenty of electricity. 10 metres out from the line. Brayley wants a quick play the ball. He goes to Trindle. Hines, cut-out ball. Sione, Katoa. He plants it down and let the celebrations begin.
Yeah, Katoa deserves a try. Being great at the back end of the field for the Sharks here. And have a look at the Canberra Raiders all out on their feet. Here's the line break to start it all off. Mulitalo again getting himself, as I mentioned, just palms away. And loves to get involved in the game. He's been outstanding here this afternoon. Gets the ball back. And here they go again. Their right-hand side. The cut-out pass there by Hines. Won't get an easier one than that. Katoa to finish it off. And they have blasted the Canberra Raiders off the park in the second half.
Quite incredible game tonight. The Sunday ticket down 18, yes, 18 points to nil at the 29-minute mark before Braden Trindle got the scoring going. It's been a game to forget, which began so promisingly for Xavier Savage and the Canberra Raiders, but the Sharks scored 3 times in the final 11 minutes of that opening half to level things at 18-all at the break. And they've gone on with the job here in the second half. Nico Hines, who's been perfect with the boot, steered them home. Bending this back. Bending this back. You know it's your night when you're converting tries like that. A big banana. It goes through the uprights, and there are smiles, if not parties, beginning here in the Shire. At full time, Cronulla 36 have taken down the Canberra Raiders 22.